Welcome to Center of Light tonight. Good to see you, beautiful souls. It's important we get clear. We've been working on being clear for a long time. And time is depleting, and now is the moment. Hello, everyone on YouNow, new platform. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Tonight is Center of Light Stretch. Hopin, it's a play on hoping. Hopin versus open. Hopin is a stretch from where we are to where we long arm, hope to be. That time is over. But Center of Light Open is about stretch. So tonight is Center of Light Hopin versus Open. And there is a difference between the two, I tell you. I'm going to be doing a new series soon called Blessings from the Higher Ups. Hello, Chris. It's been a while, bro. You bouncing all over the world, aren't you, brother? Chris, I would love to interview you, or vice versa, or maybe we can do a shake hands deal. Shake hands together. So everyone, tonight is Center of Light Stretch. You're either going to stretch yourself to a place that doesn't exist. Future possibility does exist, but you're reaching for something versus simply open your arms outstretched because you're open. Hoping versus open. Do you feel open? I tell you, it will open doors for you beyond measure. It is always my pleasure. Let me look at a couple of notes as I do my monologue. Call me Jay Leno for the moment. I have no problem with that. Let me get my notes. First of all, I'm gonna skip the gifts tonight. I don't know why I should. I have gifts. I have rings, donations to Center of Light. I'll give you a quick idea. Astronomical rings, silver or gold. They open up like a gyroscope with star charts, astrological charts, and so forth. Keith, I'm interested. What gifts do you have? I will reply to you. My brother Chris says, Keith, let's do something in the near future. I would love to. Bro, thank you. All right, y'all, let's get down to some Center of Light beeswax. Center of Light stretch. Stretching forward or open your arms, outstretch. Pandora's box is open. Everyone that knows me knows I am big, huge on definitions. It gets all the extraneous nonsense, potential arguments out the way. The definition for hoping boils down to hope. Wanting something to happen or be the case. Wanting something to happen will always put you in a wanting of a something to happen. I do understand hope is a beautiful thing. As they say in the movie Shawshank Redemption, hope is probably one of the most beautiful things that ever exists. I get that. We are not in that time anymore. Similar to hope, expect. I expect something. We all know what happens when we expect something. Creates the perfect stage to be let down. Anticipate, look for. I'm looking for it. I can't see it, I'm looking for it. Hello, Jackie Atwell. Anticipate, look for, wait for, be hopeful. Pin one's hopes on another situation. Listen to the definition of open. Hello, Elaine. The definition of open is allowing access, passage, or a view through an empty space, not closed or blocked up. The past is kept open all year by snow plows, as an example. Hello, Mary. Ted. Feel free to share this, everyone. It's a message of hope, but you have to open up. Similar to open, here we go. Not shut, not closed, unlocked, unbolted, unlatched, off the latch, unfastened, unbarred, unsecured, ajar, wide open, center of light stretch, wide open. Agape, unconditional love, is similar in the dictionary to open. Gapping, yawning, continuing on with more of similar. To unfasten, unlatch, unlock, unbolt, unbar, unclick, throw wide, unfold or be unfolded, spread out. The eagle opened its wings and circled back into the air. Spread out, unfold, unfurl, unroll, straighten out, extend, stretch out. Hopin, this is my dialogue that I wrote when I intuited this presentation. This is a setup basically. Hoping, I created my own little phrase instead of hoping, hopin, apostrophe. Hoping implies that I still don't have what I am hoping for. That is separation, and I have to do something to have it. This is how it is implied, or to bring it to me. Hoping may shorten the road, but it will not bring about absolution, because it's always out of your grasp. It will always be a little shy of landing in your life. It's not really even about faith. Hello, Christine. It's not really even about faith, per se. Faith implies that if I hold this thing, I have faith. That is really hoping in disguise, but with a little more truth in it. Now let's talk about being open. Being. I am a being, and this being is open. Now being open, that's a different story altogether. Do you see what is being drawn by the words I am using? All together. It's a different story all together. All together. All to get her. Different space creates a different place to dwell in. I am here to tell you that what is coming down the pike is everything. Everything is coming. The magic of all possibilities. Trust me when I tell you, you want it to. Well, of course, Keith, I want all possibilities to come. Fret not, but forget not. All possibilities. I started to be free when I discovered that the cage was made of my thoughts. All possibilities. This beautiful world we're living in, and what also appears like not such a beautiful time, is most delicious, I tell you. I am not here to sell you anything, but to give something to you freely. This new time, world, dimension, reality that we're living in, to find the peace beyond understanding, to gain everything that we're yet to understand, that is our divine birthright, if you take away one, you take away the other. Because in the land of all possibilities is the land of all possibilities. So in this time that we're living in, with everything going as cray-cray and nonsensical as possible, also does exist the possible in the way that we are wanting. Hello, Lewis. So to have everything that we want, we all want peace. We all want unity. As we look out, it is so needed. But to have peace and unity, we have to dwell in the non-peace, in the separation. That's why we are here, to bring all things relation to the four. If one goes, they all go. And if we all go, there's no one left. This is the law. We're living in the world of duality. As one rises, so does the other. The facade and the truth. More facade, more truth, until we get to higher upon higher levels of absolute reality, to where the facade is completely no longer able to hang with being open. Hopin is a beautiful possibility. Open is almost guaranteeing it because of your ability to be open to the truth. What is the truth? It's you. So in this time, what's up, Corey, my nephew? Corey says, thank you, Keith. I needed to hear this. Bro, I love you. I miss you. How is everyone with you in South Louisiana? For everyone, Corey is my nephew. He's in South Louisiana, and we all know what happened in South Louisiana recently. Hurricane Ida was a beautiful bitch. Shows us the power of God, the finger of God, by the name of Hurricane Ida. But either way, sort of what tonight's presentation is about. The power is there. I just have to. Here's the power. Here's the mind, hopefully. And when this power that lives in all of us moves through the clear mind, heaven on earth becomes established. This is what it's always been about. Without a doubt, all around and all about, that is the truth. There is no other truth. Thank you all. Good night. Have a wonderful evening. The power is the same. The celluloid or the film between a clear mind or not will manifest and give you what you got. There is a monumental difference in this day and time that we're living in between hoping and being open. Hoping is please, 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 please. I'm on my knees. And open means, geez, just do a number on me. Move through me beyond my own understanding of what it is I even think I want, need, deserve. I have no investment any longer in wanting a something, but it's the wanting of the something that creates the non-wanting of the something, which creates the wanting of the something and non-wanting of the something. And through this cyclical nature of God, the in and out breath of God, the in breath of God is so, and the out breath of God is hum, so hum, the cosmic breath. Right now, God is about to exhale, but it requires us as the recipients to inhale. Because I'm telling you, if you're on the not correct side of the fence, all hell is going to break loose for you. Don't get caught in that noose. Hoping, it's out of my grasp. I hope this happens. Open is, it's going to happen because I'm open to all possibilities, including that which can move inside of me and not only change my life, but as a living example of the living word of the whole world itself. When you are of service or anchored, firmly planted within yourself, being the best you is how you come to know God. But when you are of service, you will absolve your own karma. What is karma? It means action, but in this presentation, it means I'm unconscious. My wife bought me a beautiful piece of furniture. Fantastic. But wait, I didn't know she bought me a beautiful piece of furniture. And the light was off because I worked late last night and I broke my pinky toe. That's unconsciousness. Beautiful idea, she did, hand you. But our unconsciousness about said things will not only break your pinky toe, it'll break you in half. But the reassurance your get out of jail free card, your ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Crystal Align on YouTube. Kelly Curtis, Dolores. Hello, beautiful ladies. Here's your get out of jail free card. Now is the time to incorporate into your life, into your heart, into your world, your reality, your experience. Be of service. Give money away. Give food away. Help people do whatever. This will take you into the land of forever. Hopin versus open. They're both beautiful possibilities. One really has your back. The other is a little deficient, has a little more lack. I'm going to play you video number 1. This is a presentation I did recently a couple of weeks ago. It's on point. It's not titled tonight's presentation title, which is Center of Light Stretch. Hoping is I'm stretching forward. I'm hoping. I want to grasp this thing. Open is I'm stretching out and reaching in because of it. When push comes to shove it, like we're in now, it's going to kiss you on your face. It's going to French kiss you. This presentation was from a few weeks ago, I believe. Hive mind or you'll see it. I'll see you shortly. Whichever one you choose, you will get there. One simply doesn't take eons of time. Time is really all you got until you choose to put it aside and live into that sacred heart. As I say, almost every presentation, your spiritual development is not hard, nor has it ever been, nor will it ever be. You have to truly be yourself. You want to find God, be yourself full out. Regardless of the consequences that come because of you being yourself full out. Some will be knocks on your head. Some will be kicks in your pants. Some will be a ball buster. Some will be a chop to the throat. But it'll expand you into the pat on the back as grace from doing all of these things ever in the first place. Keith, it doesn't sound so stimulating or inspirational that, well, these things are coming for all of us anyway. So why not walk directly into the fire and just simply get it done? Then your life goes higher by your exponentiating, in a good way, exacerbating, masturbating, because you're playing with yourself. You're touching yourself. You're touching your sacred self. And you will reach that state of climax. And you will have an ongoing cosmic orgasm because you are constantly dwelling in greater degrees at greater intervals of jizzing, jazzing, bliss, spazzing out into these states of ecstasy. It may look like I'm a little more happy than I was last year. Fantastic. That's how it starts. You can call that spiritual foreplay, if you will. The deeper you get into the experience, the deeper you get closer to the consummation and the graduation of said contact, intercourse, and of course, the result is an amazing burst of light. Did you know that when a female cell, touches the human sperm and it becomes, life happens in that moment? Did you know there's actually a burst of light? Scientific, look it up. At the point of consummation, contact, impregnation. Likewise, same with the human being. When we are fertile and we live our lives to the best we can to be fertile, when the father principle meets our mother principle, a new birth begins to happen inside. So the maturation process is 9 months. And then we grow up to be this age, this age, this age, this age. And regardless of your age, this is the age to excel and prosper in abundance, health, healing, your own vigor, your own vibrance, your own soul. But it requires you to get out of the hive mind. You don't want to be like anyone else, ever. You may group together because of said likeness, birds of a feather flock together. You want to be in your sovereignty. The only way we can get into our own sovereignty is by being our own self, full in, full out, without a doubt. Because there is no God like you. None. There will be no God like you ever. We're all God, but there will be none like you. This is your own divine ego. This is your own divine aspect. This is your soul as individuation, as individuality. The hive mind does not offer you that. The hive mind gives you not a choice. It gives you a command and you say, yes, master. And we follow accordingly. The Sacred Heart gives you everything. Fire, divinity, anything you can't imagine, even though you think you're not worthy. How can there be a more delicious space to dwell in than that? Welcome back to Center of Light. Hello, everyone on YouNow, a new platform I've been hanging with recently. Everyone on YouTube as well as Facebook. Tonight is Center of Light, Hopin, apostrophe, versus open. Hive mind. In this way, let's use this analogy. Hopin is of a hive mind. We all hope because we were taught hope. Not so many people were taught about the Sacred Heart, which you just saw, hive mind or Sacred Heart. Analogously, same idea. Hoping is a beautiful thing. The wanting of just something that's just amazing, beyond even our own understanding, because if we understood it, we would have it. Therefore, there would be no need to hope. But being open is dwelling in the Sacred Heart. Jesus, the Master himself, was open. In fact, this was his arms. This was his position and his disposition. He was open so that the fire of God can move through him. Many people misunderstand the purpose or the mission of Jesus' life. It's just shy of more deliciousness that awaits simply at their disposal. Jesus was about being open. He was open to the truth. He was the truth because he was open to it. Open to ridicule. He was open to it. When I mentioned earlier how the bad things, it's all coming, the not so good things as well as the great things, it's all coming. So in order to dwell in the kingdom where all things are good, we have to meander through the wilderness and brave and navigate the wilderness to get there. And the wilderness is dark. You will not find God in the light. You will not find God searching for the light. Because where you are lit in your life is already lit. So you have joy. You found God. You can only find greater degrees of God by treading the land of the dark, the necromancer world, the underworld. Jesus descended into hell for 3 days. And if he's the master and we must follow the way, guess what we got to do? We got to go play in the same dismay as he. Pandora's box is open. But it's not all negative. Even if it is negative, it's still beautiful. This is the conundrum. This is the divine comedy. This is a paradox. Because in the same, oh my God, this is happening, is the same, oh my God, this is freaking happening. Do you see what's happening? This is what's happening. I'm going to read you some work from my new bestseller, Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. The link is in these forums. It's not on you. One moment. I'm going to post this there. It's not on you You Now, new platform. I'm going to drop this link and we're going to keep moving. So for those who are on new platform, my new platform, You Now, if you're interested in my work, hello Nubby, hello Sam, hello Jason, everyone on You Now. This is how you can find more about me and my work. Please feel free to like my page or subscribe. I'd love to hang out with you more. Ted says surrender is open completely. All right, so from my new bestseller, which is right here, Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You can also use the same link to go to Amazon, not only to purchase it, but to leave me a review. Thank you. Let's get down to some beeswax. We're going to get deep. But to get deep into the soul, you're going to have to get deep into your own bullshit. Again, because where you are triggered in a beautiful, loving, illumined way in your soul, fantastic. There's no more work to do. You now can play in that aspect of your life. But if our lives are truly about spiritual expansion, the only way we can expand is to go into the haunted mansion to prove to ourselves, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, to get the most out of the experience so we can go into the coherence of the unified divine mansion. God's house has many mansions. Let's do it. Here we go. I need some water. Om Sri Sadam Guru Deva Datta. That means I know the divine Lord as the absolute. My dialogue with Spirit from 1996 to 1998. Spirit comes off right at the top and kicking me in my pants at least. Spirit says, he addresses all of us. He, it, she, source, creator, God, Jesus, Buddha, all that is good, anything that's possible, whatever we choose to deem it. My children of divine light eternal. I know that you believe in God, but if you want me to help you shape the world into something worth living in, it is not enough to simply believe in me. You must know me as I know you, and know that I am ready to do what I have always done, work through ordinary people just like you, who are making themselves available to the divine principle and to the prophecy of heaven on earth. Only because of such preparation was Jesus able to become the bearer of Christ's light, open. Jesus wasn't open about anything. He wasn't hoping, he was open. He lived, the life he lived then serves as the template you all can follow now to unleash the dormant genetics within you that will help you all reach your own divinity. The dormant genetics. DNA. Hello? Where are we now? You understand? I know you understand what I'm inferring. Is that the right word? Inferring? Yes, through the lineage of Seth, Abraham, Moses, David, and many others on a list too long to detail. Heaven on earth is now possible. Can you see God is patient? And I say extremely, and I'm sure many others would join me in thanking you for that. But you must also know that these spiritual ones I speak of came to earth, did not come here to solve all of the world's problems. Indeed, because everything tainted has not yet been cleansed, each of you, all of us, must do your part to eliminate the wickedness left over by the fallen angels. Well, Keith, this sounds so old and very biblical. It is. But it's been happening from biblical times, Bhagavad Gita times, Quran times, all the way to present moment. And this negative residue has been hanging around. So whose job is it to clean it up? It's yours. If your predecessors had finished the job, heaven on earth would be already established. Look around, Keith. Is it? And I say far from it. So you see that there's much more work to be done. I say, yes, I see it. That is why you and others have volunteered to come to earth, to complete with the spiritual ones before you started, to help rectify the Luciferian energies of control and greed. And now that so many of you are becoming enlightened, others can follow your example and make the conscious choice to live in accordance with my plan, meaning God's plan. And I respond by saying, please tell me more about our mission as light workers. One purpose of your volunteer effort is to deal with your own karma as well as the karmic leftovers of anyone who has died. You see, no matter how you have lived, when you die, you may leave residue behind. But light workers have the ability and the duty to clean it up. I know you may think that you've been left holding the bag, so to speak, but you must consider it an honor to see this mission through to completion. Scott Petrie, Gunslinging Guitar Fool. And I say to Spirit, please give me an example of this cleansing process. The Bible recounts how Moses and the Israelites wandered through the desert for 40 years because they were told not to cross into the land of Jordan, heaven and earth at that time, until their tribe had become purified, that only then they could begin anew. I am telling you, and all of you, and affirming to myself, this is exactly what's happening. Here we go. Spirit continues. This is the same cleansing cycle that occurred in Noah's time, in Sodom and Gomorrah, Atlantis, Lemuria, or Mu, among others. Nothing has changed. This cleansing cycle always happens by collective choice or not. And I ask Spirit, can our mission fail? Yes, it can. And I say, but will it? Not likely. You are here to succeed, all of you. So be confident that you have what it takes to fulfill the work I am describing. Hopin or open. Hopin creates a possibility to be a victim. I'm hoping this thing gets me out of victimization, in fact. Open says, I am just open to the truth, and I'm going to act and exemplify my teacher, whatever teacher you may follow, Christ, Buddha, Krishna, your great-grandmother. I am open to the truth. And it's going to come with knocks on the head because it's our lessons that give us the blessings. You are here to succeed, so be confident that you have what it takes to fulfill what I'm describing. Your task is not as tough as you may think. All you must do is be willing, open, to make room for change within yourselves, and you do that by loving yourselves and expressing your love to those around you. I say to Spirit, I know I've grown to love myself more, but sometimes that is so hard to do. Accepting those things that come, that mirror to us, that we are not open to the lessons that create the blessings. I know I've grown to love myself more, but sometimes it's so hard to do, especially when I'm knee deep in my issues. Bruh. Are we all not right now in our greatest knee-deep issues? Look outside, the world will mirror to you that we are. It's a blessing, I tell you. But Keith, you have pulled through most of your trials quite nicely. This applies to all of us. Have you not? Now, as you work to deal with the others, this thing, as to why we need this thing, and all these things, all these narratives, all these agendas. But Keith, meaning all of us, you have pulled through most of your trials quite nicely, have you not? We all have, as to why we are still here, doing this expansion work. Now, as you continue to work with the other issues, you must make sure to keep plenty of love on tap so that you can best handle, oh my dear Lord, so that you can best handle whatever may be placed in front of you. This was 1996 to 1998. Vesseled. You must make sure to keep plenty of love on tap so that you can best handle whatever. Remember we talked about what's coming is everything, the place of all possibilities. Keep plenty of love on tap so that you can handle whatever no exclusion, whatever may be placed in front of you. Continuing on, I say to Spirit, it's like there's a battle going on within me. We can all relate to this, especially the times we're living in now. We're battling with the outside world, beautifully and powerfully, because I don't like it either. It's like there's a battle going on within me. I feel I know what's real, but my analytical mind, the Hopin versus the open, still tries very hard to convince me otherwise. I guess I've allowed the stuff I've taken in since birth to rule all of my decisions. Yes, Scott Petrie, love conquers fear. So the idea tonight is Hopin is the mind. Open is the find. Because when we understand when we are open, there is no more hoping. There's no more hoping. Hello, Natalie Evans. Much love to you, sis. There's no more needing to hope when you're open. Because God is all around you. Not only that, God is you. We just can't see it because we have not allowed ourselves to be it, and free it because we're always hoping or hoping. We have to stretch versus stretch towards something, more yet to stretch in something. Stretch, spiritually expand. Spirit says, yes, Keith, I know that internal struggle is what I meant earlier when I spoke about right and wrong. Confusion has shaped your every doubt. Doubt has created your confusion and lack of clarity. Fear has taken away your power to create the life you truly want. These are your only opponents. There are no others. The only way to win this game we are talking about is to stop playing it. You see, I understand the Ronage is real. Until it's not. This is the game that we got to shuffle, manipulate, reassess, refine, reprocess. And I say, well, how do we do that? How do we stop playing this game? And Spirit says, stop thinking that, be open. Stop thinking that you yourself are incapable of creating something beautiful. Because if you know how to create something beautiful, there's no need to hope, is there now? You just make it happen. You see, Keith, when you doubt, you either move forward in time, because I'm hoping, or back in time, because I'm groping on dwelling in the past. Away from the power here and now, I'm open. Doubt always creates gravity, drag, and dread. And as soon as you entertain it, it stifles anything creative you are trying to will forth. Only when you trust happens when you open. The reason you don't trust that person that you were hanging out with last night, because you're not open to the idea of that person. You don't trust. So it's always about the trust, being open. Stop thinking that you yourself are creating something beautiful. Doubt always creates gravity, drag, and dread. And as soon as you entertain it, it stifles anything creative. Scott knows that as a guitar player. You're trying to will forth. Only when you trust that everything will fall into place will you find real power. This applies to all of us right here. I ask Spirit, for the sake of all of us, it's not that I don't trust. It's more that I don't know how to let go of doubt. I know what you're trying to say, dear one. So let me suggest this. Give yourself the gift of accepting, if only for a few minutes at a time at first, that you are in a state of knowing. I'm still hoping, but I'm getting into my state of knowing groove. Give yourself the gift of accepting, if for only a few minutes at a time at first, that you are in a state of knowing at all times, a state in which you can easily recognize whether or not there is doubt, whether or not there is trust, whether fear or love is in charge of your life. Then begin to peg the power that doubt holds over you and use this to your advantage. Wow, I'm in doubting mode. Are you sure? I know that I'm in doubting mode. Ah, now you just found the knower. Did you not? I'm doubting myself, and you know that. So just redirect your knowing to get out of the hive mind and into the sacred heart. Then begin to peg the power that doubt holds over you and use this to your advantage. If you notice doubt, just redirect your knowing to cancel it. Realize that nothing can possibly manifest through it. Let the knowing part of you that so wants to blossom transform doubt into trust. Then watch what happens. The knower within you with the know-how to get what you want will silently emerge. If you take your trust to the ultimate level, Spirit will begin to move within you, because you're open, and give you something far beyond you can dream up on your own. You have heard the saying, it takes one to know one. In such a way, the self will begin to see its own beautiful self, the true miracle, for I am everywhere. As you endeavor to see and be my miracle, you will come across many keys that fit many doors, but only one will release you from the emptiness that you feel. And I say, which one is it, knowing something's up? The one that opens the door. This is the door. This is the sacred heart. It's the cosmic womb. The one that opens the door leading to the void where miracles can happen. Remember earlier, quite a few times I said that the land of milk and honey, in order for us to get to it, we have to traverse the wilderness where the milk is sour and the honey is spoiled. As you endeavor to see and be my miracle, you will come across many keys to fit many doors, but only one will release you from the emptiness that you feel. And I say, which one? The one that opens the door leading to the void where miracles can happen. And I respond cleverly, or not, but it's so scary to go there. Keith, I know you feel intimidated, but I assure you that if you're willing to go through hell to get to heaven, the divine that occupies these seemingly empty spaces will be revealed to you. You see, what is coming down the road for all of us is everything. No exception. Pro, con, that's relative. Good, bad, that's relative. Good, evil, that's relative. We talking about what's coming down the road or through us is the absolution, not the relative. It's how we relate to such absolution that's going to create our relative experience. And final for this reading segment, since we're speaking about hoping versus being open, Spirit continues, now to true faith. Now to true faith. When you achieve absolute clarity, I do this because I love it, not because I think you're incapable. When you all achieve absolute clarity because you're open, you will have it. And along with it will come the power you need to manifest an ideal life. Faith, clarity, and power. Three facets of my loom of life working together to weave all of creation. Being open. These three cannot be separated lest they cease to be. Their immutable threads spin a tapestry of conscious awareness that becomes a divine garment for all to don. Keith, do you see the glorious pattern I am constructing here? And I say, I think you are talking about unity. And Spirit says, wow. I said, wow, but Spirit says, yes, the mighty power of all working together to benefit the all to bring about change. This is what's happening. Things are being rearranged because we're all being changed from within. Yes, the mighty power of all working together to benefit the all to bring about change. It should not be hard for anyone to see that 2 is mightier than 1, 3 is mightier than 2, 4 is mightier than 3, to the infinity that is God. 1. Faith does not only describe belief in a particular religion, it also conveys one's I am hoping for a particular outcome. Those who assume that results will come through blind faith cannot see how the power to manifest only springs from absolute knowing. Yet they are willing to gamble that their expectations will pay off, that they will hit life's jackpot, without realizing that they have nothing at all to back up their bet. This is where we are. We're in the spiritual casino. Some will get lucky gambling, hoping. But you will definitely win the grade, make the grade, win the jackpot when you're open. Spirit continues in this final paragraph. A believer hopes that his or her life will happen. A knower makes it happen by living the faith-supported gumption to go about living it. Let me read that again for me. A believer hopes that his or her life will happen. A knower makes it happen by having the faith-supported gumption to go about living it. For some, their belief can be a crutch for laziness. But if you wanted to, belief can easily become a catalyst to expand you into absolute knowing. Do you understand? I'm learning to understand myself. Every day I sit in this $99 office chair and I get at it. What do I get at? I get at myself. I begin this sculpturing process via my passion, sincerity, humility, and vulnerability to find some sort of fucking civility, the energy that's moving within me, which gives me greater balance, greater leverage as I learn this civility with everyone. The more you have on your team, the more we become open to every spiritual nugget everyone has for all of us. No fuss, no muss, no cuss. Just trust. Well, Keith, I've been burned. Goddamn right you have. So have I. I've been burned and I've learned from being burned. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. Burn the mother down. You're going to have to burn that mother down. You're going to have to die. Everything you know that you believe, hello, Pri, Parawe Hapakuku, Rhonda Little, everything you know to be is going to have to become purified in the eternal fires of worship. Who am I worshiping? You cannot worship the absolute until you learn to worship yourself. If there's another way about it, please tell me. If you can't digest the concept of 1 billion, it's probably because you haven't gone through the process of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as we do the spiritual work, we spiritually graduate. We exponentiate and expand into different levels of math, geometry, if you will. G, I'm a tree. Yes, you are everything. That's part of the sacred geometry, the flower of life. And the flower of life, Metatron, and all the other sacred geometrical shapes and patterns dwell right here, and they all spin within you as a Merkaba or a Merkaba. So what I suggest is you understand that the time we're living in, hoping, or hoping, my slang, hoping versus open, it's a great catalyst to get you to a place until it becomes like belief, a crutch for laziness to do the work that is left undone. Daughter or son, if you want to find yourself as one who has won, there's only one way. Do the work. You need help with that? Contact me. KeithAnthonyBlanchard@gmail.com. You know how to find me. If I need you, trust me, I'll know exactly who you are to me, each and every one of you. Different ones of you may offer me different things when I'm in a space of not need, but a plead. But I'm open. I'm going to play you a song break. Going to come right back. I'm going to play you something off of my upcoming new album. Everyone, Scott, if you would, please feel free. Any of you, always, never ask. Be open to this idea. You don't have to ask. Go find me your juice. Show me your ice cream. Show me your candy. And post it in my forum. Scott, you gunslinging guitar player? Hey guys, this is what I do. I play music all the time. Why? Because I'm open to my joy. Christina, whatever it is you do. KK, whatever it is you do. Kelly, I would love to see your jewelry. Kelly Curtis makes the most fantastic jewelry by hand. It's amazing. Any of you. We're open. Post your stuff. Share with the world what it is you're doing. Let me look on you now, real quick. 3 new messages. Hello, Pheromone. Hello, Micah Tuffle. Hello, Genius. Welcome to Center of Light, everyone. Share with me what it is you're into. Put it on my wall. Put it on this wall and these forums. Let people know about you, man. That's what you want anyway. Well, Keith, I'm a little more introvert. Let me ask you this way. Are you just simply shy? And you're just using that word to shy away? Scott, I would love to play some music with you, bro. Let's do it soon, real soon. I tell you what, I'll come to your hacienda, your la casa, your casa, and I'll bring my bass. How's that? How about this week? Let's get that ball rolling instead of just talking. And we'll do a presentation. Unless you want to come over here, either way. I'm going to take a short pause. I'm going to play you something off of my upcoming album. Let's see what it's going to be. Infected with love. When you're open, you will be infected with love. Off of my upcoming new album called Samadhi. As I mentioned a bit ago, Into the Fire. You're going to have to be scorched, torched, AKA you're going to have to get lit. That's what's legit. So I'm going to get with it. I'm a knucklehead. I love you. I'll see you shortly.
I'm longing for home, I'm alone, though there are people everywhere. But the question comes, will I be free?
Welcome to Center of Light. Good to see you tonight. We've been talking about being open versus hoping, or rather tonight is Center of Light stretch. Check a couple things. Center of Light stretch. When we're hoping, apostrophe, for something, in a beautiful way, we are reaching forward towards something. But yet again, we're reaching externally. We're hoping. But when we reach inwardly and we open, then we truly move forward, which is actually upward, which is toward the beautiful possibility of what it is we want. Hoping is reaching for it, and it's great, but it falls shy of ever being able to touch its garment. We always get teased. The absolute is saying hello. It's always been here, but it requires us to be here and present to receive the presence, the gift of being here now. But the absolute is making itself known. It's into the world of the obvious. Keith, God is everything good. That's correct. What about everything bad? You take God out of the equation, nothing happens. It doesn't exist. So are you saying God is the negative or the bad or the evil? That's our own misunderstanding of what we think the truth is. And the truth actually becomes questionable when we live in ignorance. So when we understand through knowledge and wisdom, then even said bad situations become beautiful because it's an unfoldment process, like you saw at the beginning of my song, the phoenix rising from the fire. You have to go into the fire to be burnt alive so you can actually live and rise through it as the spirit, which is the phoenix. There's a big difference, I tell you, between hoping and being open. God is saying, do you remember me? And our wisdom that we've gleaned, or into the nonsense that we have leaned, is simply going to say, yes, you can have it. God is going to say, my divine child of eternal light, you're asking me directly because I'm now standing next to you, so to speak. You can have it. Dad can have the keys to the car, knowing I'm going to go hang out with some friends at Pizza Hut after a football game when you're a teenager, knowing that you could drink beer. You can have the keys. Get to a situation, it'll drop you to your knees. Or you can listen to your divine parents saying, I got your back. Don't live in lack. I have it for you. But we have to be open. Video number 2. Presentation I did a week and a half ago, whatever, about being open. Different words. We're living in a hive mind or we're living in the sacred heart. We're living hive mind because we all learned that hope is a beautiful thing. But how often have we ever been taught about just being open? Here we go. See you shortly. Tonight I'm deliberately, purposefully focusing on a fire, a literal frickin' fire. Fire. There is a fire burning in your chest. And if you let it, it will consume you. But I warn you, what you know as you is going to die. Isn't that really what you want? Unless your life is beautiful and peaceful, then you are already in the fire. But if you let go and truly set yourself ablaze, you would simply be amazed by the warmth of that fire and the joy and the bliss in you, and the peace and the love will rise higher, and you will acquire something. But a part of you is going to have to expire. And the love will rise higher. And you have to spiritually, literally / metaphorically, grab yourself and split yourself in half and let this come out and push like a spiritual Ferrari, that you put your foot on the gas You have to rev up your engine. Burn, baby, burn, says Melinda. You can look at me and see that there is a fire. This is not look at Keith, but look at me simply for the sake of this example. There is a passion. There is a fire. All these candles representing fire that burns in me. It burns in all of us. I just allow it to do its thing on me. And I tell you, it's magnanimous. It's beautiful. It's powerful. It's joyful. So how do we get into the fire, Mr. Keith Blanchard? Yanavaj. The first thing that has to happen is you have to want it. And I don't mean a wanting coming from a space of lack, but coming from a space that spirit has your back because it knows your every intention. I want this, not I want this, please give it to me. I want this because I'm hungry for spiritual food, chickadood. Because without the wanting of it, nothing happens. But in the wanting of it, 50% of your journey has happened. The fire, what is it? 50% it's you in that peaceful state. You in that loving state. You in the state of being great. Not only as a state of being, but as a lifestyle. Nobility. Civility. Always looking forward to expanding that into the world. The highest calling is of service, be it waiting on tables, whatever it is you're doing. If you are waiting on people and of service, you are living the highest calling. Now, when you live your life of service, be it waiting tables or fireman or policeman or whatever it is you're doing, or a teacher of some sort, when you do it from a conscious space of knowing I'm conscious that I'm being of service in the highest calling, it turns within itself and it creates a bonfire, if you will. Still, you have to want it. Can you find it within yourself to muster up the passion and the courage to fashion yourself? Don't get discouraged. In such a way that there is nothing you are not willing to do to be your highest, authentic, potential self. That is the most delicious, powerful question I can ask you tonight. What are you willing to do? I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And that's the one thing that needs to be done to actually be granted the grace that will shift you into the space from holy hell to holy fire. Nobody puts baby in the corner. I love it, Leanne. Hello. All right, let's continue to move. I'm now going to do some more reading from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new bestseller. And these are going to be in small little pieces because I really want to press home the lesson of being open. I've been saying the word open all night, and I'm going to continue because I want to excite something in you. So I'm just going to choose the word open and hit in my bestseller that was there. Just enter and see what it says. So it's going to bounce around, but you'll get the idea. It's going to paint a broader, deeper, clearer perspective of what actually open is. Here we go. See if I can find it from the beginning. Let's see. I'm going to close this for a second. I'm going to start over. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light Stretch. We can stretch out and hoping for something, or we can stretch ourselves open in everything we think we want simply magically appears. Frosted Lucky Charms, magically delicious. So like I did mention, I'm going to read little snippets from 1996 to 1998 of Spirit using the word open with me in my meditations. Here we go. This speaks of how I made when I made contact with Spirit. Spirit told me, Keith, go sit on the sofa, press record on your tape player, close your eyes, and let your mouth move. I did what the voice instructed me, and to my astonishment, outpoured volumes of most far-out material I have ever heard. When I opened my eye, after that first God session, all I could think of was, oh shit. You can bet, when you're open, lots of oh shits are going to be coming your way. And I said, why do you come to me? Spirit says, why not you, Keith? Why not you, whoever? You have worked on yourself long and hard to get to where you are now. Open to all possibilities. You are ready. This applies to all of us. Same dialogue the first day of my session into the tape recorder with Spirit. This applies to all of us. This is just my testimony. Keith, even though right now you have no idea what you will do with what you are beginning to receive, it is enough for you to know that this message comes from God. Your whole life is God. Fret not about those who may doubt you or scoff at what you say, for they may not be ready to hear it. You can only put your mind and heart at ease nonetheless, knowing that everyone walks the path at their own pace. As I pour my light into your mind and my love into your heart, just make the supreme effort to remain open, relaxed, and aware in every moment, even when I'm speaking directly to others. Only then can you integrate all of my information. Next open segment. Those of you who choose to live by the ideas and principles I present herein will awaken from your bad dream of separation. Hello, 2021. Will awaken from your bad dream of separation and shift into a higher reality that will enable you to consciously reunite with me. So I implore you to not only hear these words, read these words, hear these words with your ears or read these words with your eyes, but with your heart. For doing so will open you even more to receiving my intent and my energy, all that I am. Just to let all of you know, I've been trying to get your attention for a very long time. Now, as you let yourself open, hello 2021, you will soon begin to see who I really am. Remember, the times we are living in, we are going to have to meditate to understand the enigma of God. Just to let you know, I've been trying to get your attention for a very long time. Now, as you let yourself open, you will soon begin to see who I really am. And I say, I will do my best. I know how immense this challenge is for you, Keith, because since you were born, you have been instilled with the idea of separation, that thing that keeps us always hoping. Because of this feeling, you have often forgotten your kinship with me, meaning God. And that has caused you more grief in the long run than any dilemma or dilemmas, hello 2021, that you may have been confronting. But I now bring you a love offering full of information to help you remember the peace you sometimes tend to overlook. On our spiritual excursion, we shall cover the basic principles that are imperative to your growth. Let me move to the next open segment. I talked about earlier how we have to move through hell to get to heaven. Spirit says, you can say that fear is false, acronym, fear, F-E-A-R, false emptiness actualizing reality. A space void of love, even the bad things that happen, God, you. Fear is a self-created block that constricts you and keeps you from becoming open to the divine self that wants to pour through you and bring you fulfillment. So you see, even though you do have God qualities, Fear is the one thing I do not share with you. This applies to all of us. Because you have not yet fully realized that you and I, through our life experiences, are having a conversation with God. Until we do, when we do, now that you have chosen to open to the truth of who you are, you all can become my channel. I could not have entered your consciousness any other way. As you all endeavor to see and be my miracle, you will come across many keys that fit many doors. But the actual key itself is the one that leads us to the void, where those miracles that before have not been happening can happen. I'll read a couple more. I know that I have been telling you that everything is God, so you must be wondering, how is it that terrible things can be God? What you perceive as terrible is not the reality of God, but the illusion created by you. What I am saying is that the mind cannot open up enough to take God in, so you must open your heart in order to move out of any illusion, hive mind, and into my reality, sacred heart. And let's close with one more. Finally, every spiritual aspirant on the road to expansion goes through this phase of not being able to tell for sure when the egoic mind is dominating. But your knowing, I did mention this earlier, but your knowing says it loud and clear. The ego is still in charge. Well, I know right now I'm in egoic mind, or right now I know I'm doubting. Well, then you're in a state of knowing. Yes, even though your knowing is a natural state, you still sometimes depend upon your ego for the answers it's incapable of providing. So you see, since the ego can never communicate with spirit, it will always insist that it is you who is the incapable one. When it does that, doubt begins to creep in and you stray away from being the deliberate creator that you so want to be. I am advising all of you now to relax into your lives, for spirit will provide you what the ego cannot. Open, accept, be clear and know, and your life will speak for itself. Keith, I'm scared to death. I hear you. I have my fears, but I don't allow them to bring me to tears and fright. I look forward, dwell in as often as I can, the delight that I have in my life right now. The delight and the light. And they're the same word, interchangeable. What is not interchangeable is what we must do to get through the wilderness of sadness and into the world of returning to our innocence. Yanava. As the scribe, the vessel, the teacher, has mentioned to you just a little earlier, what's coming down the road is a beautiful possibility. You always see it from this perspective, and from this perspective, you will begin to be it as you free it into your lives, one of your many lives that you have lived. But every 26,000 years of a window is literally that, from your perspective, anytime you incarnate upon the earth plane. But in spirit, this innuendo is not so the same. It's fleeting moments. But however long you have lived upon the earth, though time does fly by, as you say, it seems to drag gravity and dread as you steadfast yourself in the same place over and over. Red Rover, send John or Jill Doe right over. You keep playing the same old game. If you like the game, stay in it. If you want to achieve and ascend to another level, you have to win the game you are in now to ever ascend to the next level. It's time to level up. Because that which can level you out is present and or is coming. Pandora's box is open. Are you hoping? Are you open? Are you slippery sloping, groping on everything you can to keep the old world that we tell you now is dead alive? And down you will slide. I understand everything that is being brought forth on this night, but I still live with lots of delay and fright. I don't know how to use hindsight 2020, 2021. You can always contact this teacher as well as many others. How do I know which is the right one? Your heart will sing it to you. La la la. As you move into la la land and make you grandstand, and as the vessel has so generously offered to all of you, be it now or in the future in this presentation, as you come, share your gifts. It will lift you. It will adrift you into a new possibility. If you do things with your hands, share it in the platform. If you do things with your mouth, share it on the platform. If you do things with your art, share it on the platform. Share yourself. Share, 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 share. Care, 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 care. Dare, 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 dare to be open to all possibility. How can you ever be or exist in the land of all possibility if you never share in such little platforms as this, little compared to the grandiose of things, your own possible self, that which is infinite to you, those beautiful crafts that you do with your hands, your words, or whatever it is, how you function, how you move about in life, with the little self time that you give to yourself to dwell in such a beautiful space of being with that which you love. Do it. Do it now. Go grab that thing and share it on this wall. Start. Be open. For how else can you expand into the openness, the capacity of who you truly are, until you start with a simple post? If not, you will run directly into a post and it will not feel so well. Irregardless, which is not a word, but it does apply. Post your love, or post you will meet. And I tell you, they are the same place. It's the same post. It's truly your perspective to use it as your guest or your host. Do you want your life to be one of illumination the most? Yes, I do. Show it. Do it. Be it, free it, and you will see it. Hoping is a wonderful thing. It requires prayer. Many people, beyond what you can possibly imagine, pray erroneously. They're always asking, they're always hoping. Why not pray to be open? Help me to expand into the truth. Versus, bring this truth to me because it's not a part of this body, and therefore you can't see anything. Being open, the fire that lives in being open, is the very components, the very element that comprise you to be here now, to experience this voice of spirit. You can hear it, or you can truly listen. And from these teachings, you will glisten a beautiful spark, an explosion of light that will exit your chest as you center and enter and invest yourself in the best thing that has ever been created, and that is you. It is beyond due that you understand these teachings. Stretch yourself open. Stretch yourself forward. You will always be hoping. Stretch yourself here, and here you will be. Live now fully, and fully, your now will always be joyfully. Words are powerful. In fact, you are the living word, are you not? Understand what that truly means from soul to bones, and you will become a living poet of spirit. Your life is but a song for everyone to hear it. Play your song. Play it loudly, proudly. As the energy of spirit descends upon all of you present here now, and those who will come in the future. And in your time, you will be present in this moment. The same garment of love, light, and fire cloaks all of you. Do you feel it? Do you want more of it? Then we tell you there is no more, because you were just draped with everything that is. The more of it comes from your perspective of being open. Peace, love, and you're the light. Live with fire. Live with passion. It's living in you already. Why not become with it? And when you do, bruh, I love you. Peace, love, and light.